Hello everyone, welcome to the channel again. So today we will be studying about our next literary theory, which is postmodernism. Let's start this beautiful theory with an example. When we were child, we were taught about certain things, that this is good, this is bad, this is true, this is false, this is right, this is wrong. A religion told us that this is how the world works. A textbook told us that science and reason are over everything. Our society told us that follow these rules and your life will be sorted. These were the big theories that were taught to us. These were the big theories that claimed that these can explain each and everything. And these were called as the grand narratives. Everyone believed them, nobody questioned them. But then something happened. Two world wars happened in which millions of people died. The Holocaust happened in which 6 million Jews died because of the country which was educated, scientific, advanced, and up to date. When these things happened, then the people of that age said, wait, if science is so great, then why did this happen? If religion is so good, why did this happen? If progress is real, why are we here? When people ask these type of questions, at that point of time they were in that state that we don't believe in any of these big theories anymore, and that is the point where postmodernism begins. Now, what does postmodernism actually says? It believes in three simple truths, or we can say it believes in three simple theories around which the whole theory of postmodernism is revolving around. The first is there is no single truth at all. The second is all big stories are just stories. The third is nothing has fixed meaning at all. When we say that there is no single truth at all, what do we actually mean? For example, I have my own truth, you have your own truth, anyone with whom you are talking can have their own truth as well. It all depends on the situation, the environment, the place where they are coming from, and the situation they are handling from. It depends on their state. So we can't say that there is only single truth which I am telling you. It is not possible. The second is all big stories are just stories. Now, what does it really mean in our language? So it says that if science is made by human, religion is made by human, everything else which is constructed by human. So if we can conclude that each and everything that is around us, that has been surrounding us, is constructed by human. So we can say that if everything is constructed, so it is questionable as well. And if anything that is questionable, that how can you say that it is just the big stories that has been given to us? Because every story, everything, every big theory is created by human. So if that is created by human, that is questionable. The third is nothing has fixed meaning. What does that mean? Words, text, symbol, all things related to them changes, depends on the situation, time, and place. Everything changes based on the person, place as well. So when these things changes with the generation, time, and characters, then how can you say that everything is fixed? It concludes to the point that nothing is fixed at all. The next term is meta narrative, which is important for you to understand this whole theory. Meta means big, narrative means the story that is there. Okay, for example, someone says that God is above everything, God created everything, and God controls everything. That is religion meta narrative. If someone says that the working class will one day overthrow the riches, that is Marxist meta narratives. These were the narratives, these were the meta narratives that are propagated to us. So postmodernism says that we don't believe in single truth at all. Okay, we don't believe in these things which says that there are big theories. We don't believe in those things. And this thing was clearly said by Jean Francois Lyotard. His most famous line is postmodernism is incredulity towards meta narratives. Incredulity means I don't believe in you at all. And he says that postmodernism doesn't believe in meta narratives. Now, meta narratives is what which I already told you. Some belief that pushes one force towards something big, which is created by human itself. So, Jean Francois Lyotard says this thing. Then comes Jean Baudrillard. He, he wrote a work, Simulacra and Simulation, in 1981. Let me explain you this with a beautiful example. For example, I have eaten a mango. Okay, I have tasted it. That is the reality. Then I paint that mango on a canvas. That is the copy of reality. Then I took a photograph of that canvas. That is the copy of a copy. Then I took that photo and upload that on my Instagram page, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, by using filters. That is copy of a copy of a copy. Now if any viewer is thinking of any image by seeing that Instagram post, the Facebook post, then he or she is loving that Instagram mango, not the real mango. This is what Baudrillard calls as hyperreal, that we live in imagination, in hyperreality rather than the reality. This is what hyperreal is, according to Jean Baudrillard. Then comes the next concept, which is Julia Kristeva's intertextuality. Now, intertextuality is the mix of every work whichever a writer has read. For example, if I am a writer or I am a reader, I am reading various type of works, various type of poems, which will in some way or other will feed into my mind, and when I will write anything, then these quote will resonate some way or the other in my writing as well. For example, when we are reading a poem written by any other author or writer or poet, then if we see a line that comes from Ramayana, or we are using or reading the Mahabharata from the Draupadi's point of view, these all shows the intertextuality, that a piece of work cannot be original. It is a mixture of various type of text. That is intertextuality, which was given by Julia Kristeva. Then comes the next point, which is metafiction. Metafiction is something, imagine you are going to a theater and you are watching a movie, and while you are watching a movie, the hero comes in the screen and says, hey, you are watching a movie, I know, I'm in the movie. The viewer suddenly stops and thinks, how can a character from the movie just interact with me? At that point, he just comes out of his senses and thinks that this is not real, this is constructed. And why does postmodernists say this, use this? Because they want people to believe that these all things are constructed, these all things are imaginary, this is not real. They want people to be in real. That's why they use metafiction. Then the next is pastiche. That is the most important term in postmodernism. Now, what does pastiche mean? That uses certain mixing everything together in short form. That is pastiche. Okay. For example, in Salman Rushdie's Midnight's Children, what do you see? That real incident of India's independence is mixed with fictional characters. Historical plus fantasy, real plus fiction. These all things are merged together. One real thing and one imaginary thing are merged together to show some real vision, magical realism that he has shown, Salman Rushdie has shown in his works. This is pastiche. So to sum up the postmodernism, we can say that, for example, a teacher is teaching in the class and she says that this is the right thing which I have told you. Nothing else is right. That's it, and don't question it. Now, what does postmodernism will do in it? When a student raises his voice against it and says, you can be one of the right voices among many, how can you say that you are only the right one? How can you say that there are not any other versions which are right? That is questioning or raising the voice against the grand narratives. And that is the postmodernism in action. So that's all about postmodernism. That's it for today. See you soon in the next video, and notes will be attached in the end of the video.